Well, for more on Peru's growing partnership with China, I spoke with Kevin Gallagher, author of The China Triangle and co-director of the Global Economic Governance Initiative at Boston University. Now, China has become Peru's #1 trading partner, so I began by asking him what's been driving the boom in bilateral trade.
Really, in the first phase, it was China's demand for minerals, mainly copper and iron ore from Peru. And on the import side, Peru's been importing what everyone imports from China, light manufactured goods, consumer electronics, and so forth. It's been a symbiotic relationship with raw materials leaving Peru and consumer electronics and consumer goods coming from China. Although in the past year or two, it's slowed down a little bit because China's appetite for raw materials is dipping.
So how do you think with that slowdown, how is that going to affect the relationship going forward potentially?
Well, I think they're doing the right thing. They're talking about it. This is their second meeting at the presidential level in just a couple months, and they're talking about things like investing in infrastructure and in industry in Peru and in trade treaties that will break down the barriers for the goods that the two countries do have between them still.
Now, we're seeing China investing a lot in infrastructure and, of course, in the mining sector. Are these sectors still ripe for investment, or are there perhaps other sectors that the two countries are looking to cooperate on?
Well, it depends how you look at it. Right now, global demand for copper and for iron ore and other mining sectors in the mining sector is definitely down, but that can be an investment opportunity. When it's down, the price is low. And a lot of Western companies have pulled out of Peru, pulled out of the region, and Chinese companies that are looking to expand their global market share can go in there when prices are low and get a foothold in markets, and when prices go up, they'll be there to sell.
Now, looking ahead to the APEC summit that Peru is hosting, that's actually going to put the country and the region really in the spotlight. What sort of opportunities do you think this might open up for relations between China and Peru, as well as the broader region?
Well, especially to all your viewers in China, one of the ways to diversify Peru's economy is through the tourism and the services industry, and by spotlighting the Machu Picchu and all the rich Inca culture there, all the incredible places on the coast where folks can come. I think that'll be eye-opening to China to see how beautiful Peru is and how many opportunities there are in that sector. Chinese folks will love going there, and that is a way for Peru to diversify away from all this minerals and copper and so forth that isn't doing so well right now.
Now, let's also look at trade deals, something that's still a hot topic at the moment. Peru has expressed interest in joining the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, or RCEP, with China. So how could that impact Peru's economy?
That would be important for Peru because, as I just said, China is its #1 trading partner, and there are some significant barriers to Peruvian goods getting into the Chinese economy and Chinese goods getting into the Peruvian economy. So reducing some of those barriers would be important for Peru and for China alike.
And do you see that perhaps affecting Peru's relationship with other countries in the region?
I think it's a signal that Peru can work with everyone. Peru is a member of the TPP, even though the TPP appears to be dormant. I think it would be important for its ties to Asia to say that it also wants to engage in an Asian-driven trade agreement, and by being parties to two, it's showing that it's not picking any favorites.
Now, as you mentioned, the TPP, does uncertainty about the future of the TPP and perhaps some of these other trade blocs that we're seeing impact Peru's relationship with China, a country that wasn't part of the TPP?
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate that China isn't a part of the TPP, and the RCEP is somewhat of an answer to that. Like I just said, by Peru being a member of both the TPP and RCEP, it's showing both to the United States and to China that it's not picking a favorite and that it wants to engage in trade and negotiations about trade with two of its most important trading partners in the world.
And do you think Peru has been able to successfully strike that balance between maintaining its economic ties with the US and with China, especially since there can be that competition, you feel like you have to pick a side, but Peru seems to be able to be balancing that?
Yeah, Peru's taken a pragmatic and business-minded approach to it. The president of Peru, PPK as they call him, as I said, he has strong ties with the United States, went to school here, and realizes that the United States is an important trading partner for Peru, but China's its #1 trading partner and a major investor in some of its most important sectors. And a pragmatic business person who's looking to expand his economy wants to make sure that you're dealing with both, and by being a member of the TPP and considering RCEP and doing deals on infrastructure with the Chinese shows that, well, that it has a two-pronged approach and isn't picking any favorites.